I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
All right. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Management. Yes, my people, big up yourself. Big up Rob Smith. Brain drain reminding me, because yesterday I did say that I was going to do the show, the World Cup show in the morning, but brain drain, just be I'm only human, right? So I wasn't able to, but excuse me, I know they say better late than never, but you know, management say better never late. But the show is late, but it's still going to be great. Welcome to the platform. If this is your first time, I am so happy to have you joining us on I Am Sure Sports. If you're a regular viewer, you're also welcome as well. Please remember to share the information concerning the content so others can be a part of the I Am Sure Sports family. So many of you, though we are in this virtual space, we haven't met face to face. Some of you, I'm not even sure if your names are your real names, but I must say that we feel like there is a connection and that we have a friendship of some sort. So big up for that. So people like Rob Simmet, the Charlie Simmet man, Kirk Rowe, bless up King Jav have actually met, you understand me, good youth down there out west supporting the 1738. Bless up all Manin's people we get some good news about Manin's, I'm just fingers crossed, because if this happened, if it ever happened, Mr. Wellington, work with it, Mr. Wellington. Work with it, work, WERK, work with it, Mr. Wellington, because I'm telling you, yeah, if that if that happens, then Mannings is going to go and win this DaCosta Cup. I'm telling you. Oh, XLR8 Sports, you're in Australia? Oh, the man down under. It's still morning there. Hey, you're going to the cricket game? Why do they call it what they call it, the coast? What coast? West Indies. Man, West Indies gave up that game. 2 catches dropped in that last over by Sheldon Cottrell. I mean, Raymond Reefer dropped one and Kyle Myers dropped one. If we had taken those 2 catches, we would have won the game. Gold Coast, on the Gold Coast. Why do they call it the Gold Coast XLR8? Why do they call where the T20 games are being played, West Indies versus Australia? Why do they call it the Gold Coast? Talk to me. Why do they call it the Gold Coast? Man down there, what they call it? I don't, because you're a Jamaican, I suppose. I don't want to say down under, but you know that's what they say. When you're in Australia and New Zealand, they say you're down under. So big up yourself. But listen, people, all right, tomorrow is Super Friday, so I hope you have been saving to give something to Super Friday. If you're not going to be on the show tomorrow, you can actually give a super sticker or a super chat, right? We try to get a minimum of 10 super chat, super stickers on our Friday show, but we know some of you are out, collecting your moolah. So if you're not able to, you can do it from tonight and support I Am Sure Sports. I got a chance to watch Mona versus Camperdown. It was a good game, but I'm telling you, Mona can't beat the top teams. Defense is weak. We're going to talk about that, Rob Simmons. We're going to talk about that equalizing goal by Mona as well. Rob Simmons, you need to tell me what you think about that goal, right? Oh, if Sam have no idea. They say you have no idea. All right. So the man say me have no idea. So loud man. He has no idea. All right. He has no idea. Yeah. All right. But we're going to talk about that Mona game and a couple of other games. I'm going to talk to you also about a school that I learned about, who they are doing pretty well. They played Jamaica College today. I'm not seeing the results. If anyone knows what the result is between Jamaica College and Cedar Grove, think it was a home game for Cedar Grove. You can tell us about that. Yeah, you understand me? Yeah, no VAR. No VAR. We're going to talk also about who won for love. Cedar Grove gave JC 4. Whoa. Yo, that's serious. Cedar Grove give JC 4. No man, I know, man. I just the one make sure and type that in fast and correct it. Okay, but we're gonna talk a little bit about Cedar Grove. We're gonna show you a lucky escape by Manchester United today. Ten Hag need to fix something. Something is wrong down there in Manchester. I don't know what it is, but something is not right at Manchester United. They need to fix something there, though they want today. We're going to talk about that as well. All right, but first, we don't want to go any further without saying a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors of this video, they are Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. Prestige Finance is located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, and they're offering loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. if any day you call Prestige Finance and you tell them that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports, guess what? You'll pay no processing fee, same day processing, and only 0 to 4% interest rate. So that's Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. The number to call is 876-884-7390. Also, a big thank you to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and they seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. Launch Legacy is that place when you stop working for money. Launch Legacy will get your money to start working for you. All right, people. All right, let's see if we can get the audio sounding a little better. Yeah. All right. So think it's a little better right now. Yeah. All right. So welcome to the show. 1738. Man is man though. Hey, one thing. You see, anytime you say anything about JC, I don't know, you know. But anytime you say, hey, what Toki True Blue will be on the stream, you know, people. And him don't have no comment, you know. If you want him to comment, you know, just say JC and the man just appear from, you know, you have to be careful down there. You can't say out of the woodwork anymore because a problem. Appear from nowhere. Appear from nowhere. Yeah. All right. Big up Planeta 41, JC 14 goals in it. Ludwig. Yeah, man. 1738 all the way. Ludwig, may I get some good news, you know? You see, if that happen, man is winning Man in Cup. We just want two things to happen in our favor because we already qualify for the next round, you know. We just need two things. So we're playing to get a high seeding in this round. If two things happen, Fresh God up and running. You understand me? Yeah, the only thing the linesman did was not being in the best position to see if it had crossed the line. Okay, all right. This is Manchester. Oh, nothing is wrong with Manchester. All right, video replay was inconclusive, so we can't say it was a bad call. IT push. Next JC man, that you know, the JC man, them a pop up like wow. All right. No, all right. So let me read something for you for the local fans. This is from Verticast Media Group. It's a press release. It was on Sunday. FIFA World Cup returns to CVM TV. CVM TV exclusive free-to-air broadcasters following Verticast acquisition. So what that means is that the World Cup will only be on CVM in Jamaica. All right? As far as I know so far, CVM TV. So that is a problem for many people across Jamaica because not everyone has CVM. All right? So what is happening? Listen to the rest. CVM TV, recently acquired by Verticast Media Group, will be the broadcast home of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 in Jamaica. With just over 40 days until kickoff and dubbed the greatest show on earth, the FIFA World Cup commences on CVM on November 20th, with host nation Qatar playing Ecuador. As part of the announcement for Verticast today, football fans will be able to enjoy all the matches of the tournament as well as unique football programming on its newly acquired free-to-air channel, CVM TV, including pre-tournament and primetime feature programming. This is the first time that the FIFA World Cup will be aired on CVM in almost a decade. The FIFA World Cup is the most prestigious football tournament in the world, as well as the most widely viewed and followed sport event on television, and we are very excited to bring it back to CVM, said Carlo Redwood. You remember Carlo Redwood? You remember Carlo Redwood? You remember when the floating that just start? The little brother there? We did I run it when the flow cup did just start with the high school? Yeah. Chief Communication Officer of Verticast Media Group. This year's World Cup is expected to be a unique experience, as for the first time it is being held in November instead of the usual summer, and we will ensure the football fans do not miss a moment and have the same great World Cup experience they have come to expect. Since the acquisition of CVM was finalized, this is important, people, in Westmoreland, Hanover, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine, St. Mary, St. Anne, Trelawney, St. James. Important information. Since the acquisition of CVM TV was finalized, critical work has begun to expand and improve the network's coverage across the island. A team of our engineer and directors have already toured all the CVM sites island-wide, with equipment being procured to expand CVM's reach across Jamaica, said Redwood. He affirmed that this will be in place before the World Cup begins to ensure that even more people will receive coverage and have access to the tournament and all the other exciting local and international programming that will be bringing to CVM TV. While CVM will have exclusive free-to-air coverage of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 22, fans will also be able to watch exclusive matches via Vertica Sports Channel, C Sports on cable television, and via the C Sport streaming platform. Redwood stated that C Sports and CVM will be making further announcement on CVM's flagship sports program, Football GPS, on Tuesday, October 11th, about the FIFA World Cup programming, as well as in coming weeks, and how they will be bringing fans together to enjoy the spectacle that is the FIFA World Cup. Hey, I wonder if CVM are going to bring me over there to be a resident. Oh, Jason, you know me I talk about. Hey, people, I wonder if them are going to bring over Coach Minzy and me over there. Hey, well on. Yo, yeah. I wonder. Me just a wonder still. Me don't really know, you know. But I wonder if something can really go on. Yeah. I wonder if there's something that can really happen in that regard. You understand me? Yeah, you don't know. You understand me? I don't know. So wanted to read that so football fans get excited about that. All right. I think that will be good. But let's talk about the game. The first game that was played on TV today. For those of you who watch the Manning Cup, there were two games and they were played at I didn't know. Prophet Jason, bless up yourself. All right, speak it into me, dear brother. There's the power of life and death is in the tongue. So speak it into me. You know what I mean? Yeah, Coach Minzy, the program manager. Coach Minzy, program manager Minzy, talk to me. You understand me? Yeah, but two good games today. A lot of goals were scored. I think the surface made the games a little ugly. The first game was St. Diego versus Holy Trinity. St. Diego won that one, but it was a good game. You understand me? And then the second game was what you would call the big game, because Camperdown had lost their early game against Mona by 9 because several players were carded. And in fact, Camperdown got back one of their players today. He was away. It is Damian Lowe's son. I think is Ananda Lowe's son. He came on in the latter part of that game. All right. Right. He came on the latter part. I think his Nadio Lowe is his name. Coming probably off Nandi Lowe. That's his name. So he came on in that game. But that McCree, I think his name is, that number 9 player at Camperdown, is a very, very good player. All right. So let me talk about the game. Listen, Mona is a quality team. I don't know. I know the coach, Mr. Butler, said that He had several injuries. He had to make several changes. Don't know if he was playing possum. Like Donahue Mitchell was playing up front. So he made a lot of changes. And some of the starters didn't really start. They had to make early changes. And one of the things he did say is that all the players learned to play in different positions. So it never really affected them in that regard. But they still, to me, Mona looked very suspect defensively, especially in the left back area. I saw that from the Wolmer's game. I only can speak from the games that I saw. They look very suspect. They look like they have a very good goalkeeper, but they look like the kind of team that can be broken down. All right. The other thing with them that I noticed is that they don't score goals by breaking down teams. A lot of the goals that they scored are from outside the 18, meaning they are very good at kicking the ball. I'd love to see a team shutting that down to see what other ways they can score. But you have to give it to them because guess what? What they're doing is working. That early press that they have put a lot of teams on the back foot. And so they have won and you have to give it to them. But overall assessment for me, anyways, let me take some of the comment. Overall assessment for me, I think they need to fix their defense getting into the second round because if they meet, for example, like Whisper, they can't defend this way. They can't defend this way against the JC defense. They can't. They can't defend this way against the stat defense. So I think they need to work on that going ahead, but it's a solid team. And they can kick the ball very well, and they are going to score. All right, so big up Mona for the one today. The Camperdown team really look well. They're very composed on the ball. I liked how they look. Like I said, the number 9, I think he's a captain. He looked very good today. He was the one that was causing them. They have a little short player who plays in midfield. Man can tackle him. The man look like a container in the midfield. He takes no prisoners. All right. Some good goals were scored. You understand me? Good goals were scored in that game. But I must say though that we have to fix officiating in Jamaica. And don't tell me that there is no VAR. Don't tell me that the official was out of position. I wear glasses and I could see from my television before the replay that the ball had gone out of bounds. There's no way a call like that should have missed the official. What I will not agree with is the response of the Camperdown coach. But you have to conduct yourself. No matter what, you have to conduct yourself as and as coaches. It's very hard sometimes, but remember, you're leading youth. You're leading youth, and you have to set an example. Because remember, the Camperdown family is a big family, you know. The red and blue is a big family, have a lot of history, butter. So guess what, you see when the game go on, I know today it was hard, but you have to manage the emotions. I know it's tough. You understand me? Coach Lafters, I know it's tough, but you can't, in them time, we can't behave that kind of way in front of the players. You have to hold it. You understand me? I know it was a tough decision, but you have to hold it. Because remember, just a few weeks ago, there was a major altercation between the Camperdown and the Papine players. You understand me? So coming off the back of that, you as the coach have to just hold it. But honestly, I saw that the ball went out. I was surprised. I saw the goalkeeper, the referee is going to give a spot kick still. I was surprised that the goal was given. But credit to Mona, because they kept on pressing. And I think Camperdown kind of gave away the game in the end. But congratulations to Mona. You understand me? Boy, the man said, buttermilk. All right, so let me take some of your comments. Sports on the ball. Manins, what do you think about Butler pressing system? I think it's similar to Klopp and can work. Hey, so my time we take another. It is not similar to Klopp still. It is not similar to Klopp. But it's a good system of play that he employs. I will say that. But to compare it to Klopp, brother, me not do them thing there. I don't do those things. Klopp, Liverpool system cannot be compared to high school football in Jamaica, man. Very far apart. You see the menacing press, man. Come on, man. And those long diagonals. So yeah, but they do that very well. But again, what they also do is allow a lot of spaces behind them. And going into the business end of the competition, they're going to have to fix that. Remember, I was talking about it. So you see, Craig Butler was saying that they have injuries and all of those things, which is what schools like JC and KC, they know. They kind of better manage their teams into the season. So Craig hated defense so much of his play, much he plays his best. Craig hate defense so much he plays his he hates defense so much he plays his best defender Seaback. Orlando Nicholas says Mona defense suspect with Peralta focus on just playing defense. It changed. When Peralta decided to focus on playing defense, it changed the game. Okay, Mona don't play with no defenders, man. All right, boss. The referee is suspect, but like Butler said, he just have to outscore the opponents. Yeah, but when you get, that's what I'm saying. That's a good plan, you know, so outscore them because that can work. But I'm telling you, you're not going to score 4 goals on JC. You're not going to score 4 goals on Stats. There are some schools who are very solid defensively. You're not going to score so many goals on them. So you're going to have to play better defense. That's all I'm saying. The strategy can work, but at some point, you're going to have to play a better defense. When you come up against solid defensive team, you're going to have to ensure that you don't concede. But I believe that Mr. Butler is good enough to fix that. So we will see. All right, Rob Smith just the highlight was a good game and Mona doesn't defend. And the goalkeeper was caught 2 times. Okay. Midfield needs a general, though. They have a lot of talent, though. Yeah, very, very good team. Very good team. Yeah, man. Zidane Pinnock is talented. Big up, Fresh God. Peralta plays very high, so that leaves the left back exposed. Butler should ensure the CDM get across quickly to cover for the left back. But you know that the CDM for Mona also presses. So I'm saying they press basically with like 7 players, you know. 7 players, and we count the goalkeeper, that's 8. So they really leave with 3 persons on the inside most times. So that is why they normally leave a lot of space on the wings, which is what I think more Wolmers was using to counter them. Yeah. All right. I thought Camperdown coach was going to play a goalkeeper. Then I realized he was arguing with the ref. That's how far the man was on the field. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm saying that you can't do that. You understand me? You can't do that. No, man. To be truthful, one done. The ball went out, man. Me not want to tell you. The ball went out. The whole ball. If it were 6 football, one behind the other, all 6 of them would have been off the field. The ball went out, man. It went out. Yeah, it actually went out. But that's not Mona's fault. You can't blame Mona for that. That's not Mona's fault. That's officiating fault. And if you can benefit from a poor officiating decision, then that's it. But it wasn't Mona's fault. So you can't blame Mona. No, but you don't have to play that pressing system. Sports on the ball. The pressing system that Mona play, I am telling you. All right, people, even with Mannings, Clarendon, don't pay a lot of attention to this part of the competition. So when you get to the next round, look at how that pressing will work. Because you're going to meet up with the better defensive teams. That's when we will begin to evaluate more how effective this system is. All right, but I also want to pick up a school named Cedar Grove because I learned something today from one of the I Am Sure fans who they just told me that this is actually Cedar Grove is at a school that come out of the New Testament church. Right? This is their first year. I understand playing schoolboy football, Manning Cup, and they just started training this year. So big up to Cedar Grove and the work that is, being done. So big up. I have to give a shout out to everybody over Cedar Grove High School, the New Testament church that work with them. Big up on yourself. Mr. Bailey, big up yourself. If you're watching, you understand me. Big up the whole Cedar Grove family. Good for a new school to be, making a mark in the league for themselves. Though they lost today to Jamaica College at home. But I think in the first game with Jamaica College, they actually tied that game. So big up to Cedar Grove. Just started training this year, first year in the competition, and they're putting on a show. Every player in Mona team is a striker. All the goalkeeper have goals too. All right. No, man. I'm not blaming. That's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming Mona. It is the officials. I think the referee saw it from where he was standing. But because he was in front of the player, I think he was expecting the linesman to do something. But if watch the play again, because the linesman wasn't in line with the player now. I think that is what happened. So when they I don't know if he was playing the line from the free kick or something, but the linesman was not on the goal line to see that the ball had gone out. And that, I think, was the issue with the game. But like I said, that good game of football. You understand me? Saturday, you have Garvey Massey playing Veer. That's a big, big, big game. You see, between this weekend and in next week, a lot of the games that were put off because of the inclement weather, like KC Georges, those games will be played next week, Some big games playing right across the country, like William Nib and Cedric Titus, Mannings and Petersfield, Rusty's, and some big games. I think the Clarendon Derby, the Monroe Stets game, all of those games are coming up in next week. Some big, big games coming up. So if you're a fan of schoolboy football, yeah, you need to go and check it out. Yeah, man, some good goals were scored. Some very good goals were scored today. I like also the header from Camperdown. The Mona first goal was a good goal. Some good goals were scored. You always have those little controversial moments. But again, you can't blame Mr. Butler. You can't blame Mona for that. They had nothing to do with that. It is officiating. And Butter, come on, you can't go up on the field like that, brother. Police could lock you up. The referee could say that you were coming to assault him or the linesman. You can't do that, but come on, you can't do that. You represent the red and blue of Camperdown. You understand me? What we know. So Mr. Wellington and ISSA show some mercy upon Butter. You understand me? And big up to Damian Lowe. His younger brother came on the field today. Yo, the Lowe family big enough, brother. The man big. So he came on today, and I figured that you're gonna see him featuring more for Camperdown. They even know him. I think his Nado Lowe is his name. You understand? But he came on today. Big up Ananda Lowe, because Ananda Lowe have Damian Lowe. He has this son, and he also had a daughter that went to Immaculate, that was a good athlete. You understand me? So at the end of the day, when you see them things here, when you see a father who was in sport and his kids are doing these things. So big up to Father Lowe, and him raising kids them in the sport and them doing well. All right. Yeah, the field is not good. The field is not good. I think the quality of the field also affected some of the players well. Yeah. Yeah, CC Sports Lab, Mona playing total attacking football and scoring goals. Okay. Winston Berger. Yeah, man, we probably need VAR. But you know what they're saying is that for you to use VAR, you have to have cameras in certain positions so you can watch the videos. And the only stadiums in Jamaica that can facilitate the comprehensive use of VAR is the National Stadium and Catherine Hall. What they call the things, the pinions, the very tall things, or whatever they are called. Yeah, those are in St. Catherine and in National Stadium and Catherine Hall. Rob Simit says, big up Nandi, the most versatile player to ever wear the colors. Yeah, man, real top baller, man. Sports on the ball. What I'm trying to say, to ask you, if you have never seen any school do what Mona is doing. Yeah. Mona probably they try to press KC, who score most of them goals on the counter. Yeah, I'm telling you, if they're going to have to find some other way, because I don't think they can play JC and like KC this way. Oh, Pioneer. All right, one done. Pioneer is supposed to start the basketball show. Pioneer. Hey, somebody call Pioneer for me now. Pioneer. CC, call Pioneer and tell him, say, one day and ask him when he's going to start the basketball show. Anytime Draymond Green play a game, Pioneer will start the basketball show. Anytime Draymond Green, start play a game, Pioneer will start the basketball show. You know, say defend Draymond Green every time and anytime. All right, but so we also want to discuss Group B in the World Cup. Group B, the World Cup group with, hey, listen to this group: United States of America, Wales, Iran, and England. All right. So the first question I'm going to ask is, who is coming out of this group? We're going to go through the same question. Oh, I Pioneer. Oh, you never tell me that Draymond Green box down pool in training. Maybe that's why I'm not starting the show yet. One that. Pioneer, what are they? Pioneer, we ask him that. Hold on, we have to ask him. Pioneer, where you going? Pioneer, you listening to the show? Pioneer. Let me text him. Pioneer. Hold on, let me text Pioneer. Hold on, people. Hold on. I have to do this. Maybe this will get Pioneer to do a show. So when is the NBA show? There you go. All right. So just said that after him. All right. So CC says England and USA. All right. Coming out of that group. All right, CC. All right. England should, but you can't trust them. All right. The farmer says Nande Low, Tyrone Marshall, and Bobby Reed, three of the most versatile players to ever wear a Reggae Boys. I would go with Nandelo and Tyrone Marshall. Bobby Reed, I'm yet to see him do that in the national colors, though he's very versatile. All right. Aldine Holmes, USA and Iran. Hey, no, you have to give me reason for this one. Listen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pin the link, and I'd love for you to give me what led you to conclude that USA and Iran are going to make it out of this group, right? Out of this group, leaving England and Wales to head back to the United Kingdom. I cannot believe that. I don't believe that. I am picking England and I am picking the United States of America to make it out of this group. That is the picks that I'm having. All right? People, we only have around 20-something likes. Come on, hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Yeah. A lot of England. All right. Some of you need to listen. The call line is open. If you can call in and tell me, or you want to join the show, you can join with the link. How people have Iran? Tell me about Iran side. Iran going through over Wales and listen, people. America going to make it. We have it. America going through and England going through. That is my pick. All right. I'm going with England and America. But do you know that? Do you think the absence of Kyle Walker will affect the England team? Because you know Kyle Walker is out of the World Cup, right? News broke today that he did groin surgery, which means he will not be playing for City until in next year, which means he will not be going to the World Cup. So that means now that could this mean that Trent gets to start, or although Kyle Walker wasn't the man there, you have Reece James over there as well, and Kieran Trippier. All right, so let me get some more of the comments. England, some person are saying England and Wales. All right, what would be good if some of you give me the reasons why you have this? Because when you think about Wales, you have an aging Gareth Bale, an aging Aaron Ramsey. How long I give it Tapper? Hey, listen, Tapper, I'm a general, you know. Tapper as much time as he want, man. Tapper go win the Premier League. England and Iran, man, in true thing, yeah, man. Bobby Reid has not yet proven himself for Jamaica, though I agree that he can be a very versatile player. I think England and Iran, all right, manins. Pool get knocked out for true, bro. And a joke thing. All right, no, me saying go give Pioneer one done. So let's see what he's going to say. Say Wales going through, so England and Wales CC going with KS Sports TV. Bless up yourself. Jason Gona, based on FIFA ranking, this is the hardest group. Group 3 teams in top 20. Hardest group, 3 teams. Oh, yeah. England in top 20, Wales in top 20, and the USA in top 20. I don't know how people have Iran going through. Iran is 20. Hold on. Jason Guna. England in top 20. England in top 20. Iran in top 20. And the USA in the top 20. All right, do you know that the FIFA ranking, though, has Brazil as the number 1 ranked team ahead of Belgium going into the World Cup, with France in 4th and Argentina in 3rd. Could that be the semifinals of the World Cup? Brazil, Argentina, Belgium, and France, the top 4 ranked teams in the world heading into the World Cup. Also, for those of you who don't know, Jamaica is still the number 1 team in CFU, and we have held the number 1 position for 60 months. Jamaica, boss of the Caribbean. I think Curacao is 2nd. Yeah. So Brazil is number 1, Belgium is number 2, Argentina number 3. I'm surprised that Argentina is not ahead of Belgium, because Argentina is 35 games undefeated, 1 Copa America. I would think that they would be 2nd, but even the games that they won against Jamaica, I think because of the level of opponent that they played, they weren't able to make up enough points to go into the number 2 position. So yeah, but all right, so I need some people to call and tell me what, or you can join, use the link and join. What is your reason for believing that the United States is not going to come out of this group? Is the Iran team that good? Who are the star players in this Iran team? Listen, I'm telling you that Christian Pulisic and these guys are going to come good for the United States. I believe Tyler Robertson, Aaron's, all of these guys who are now playing regularly in England, who have moved, these guys have changed clubs. And I think this is going to help the United States team. And truthfully, I think even the even the England team is going to struggle to beat this United States team. So is I Robin, now put up your comment. Yeah. I don't understand. How does that's what I'm saying, Jason Guna. How come Belgium is at number 2 when Argentina is on a 35 game win streak? They won Copa America. They finished behind Brazil. They never lost to even Brazil in World Cup qualifying. Right? How come? I don't know. I don't know. But I think Argentina should be the number 2 ranked team. Is Gabriel, which one of the Gabriel? Which one, brain drain? Jesus, Magales, or Martinelli? Yeah, but Jason, the only key player is that player who used to play in the Premier League. Geez, he played in the Champions League yesterday. Which team he plays for again? Jack Khan Bakash, I think his name is. Very good player. He plays in the Champions League. Who did he play for? Oh my Lord, I forgot his team. I could Google it, but I know you have that information right at your fingertips, Jason. But he's a good player. He had scored a beautiful goal in the Premier League a few seasons ago, right? What? Fresh God said Iran full of big baller. USA are going to struggle for real. Oh my Lord. All right. But on paper, which of these teams have the best squad? Yeah, he played for Brighton, but he's playing in the Champions League now, Jason Guna. I think he played yesterday. He played yesterday in the Champions League. I'm certain that he played yesterday. Now, which team did he play for, man? Feyenoord. Yes. He plays in hear this though. Good evening. Wake up management. USA only know how to recruit and put a squad together. They never can put the ball playing together at the World Cup. World Cup wise, they are no good. All right. Well, Brain Drain said that the USA are going to go the furthest of all the CONCACAF teams. But USA have a lot of key players. All right. Mirak or Karim. I think England and Wales will get out. USA have striking problems and they have been struggling to score recently. Okay. All right. Yeah, right. So, right. In the Europa League he played, not Champions League. Cool. Thanks, Jason. All right. Man, them always cutting into my NFL show moments. You all need to start doing the show after Monday and Thursday night football. All right. So, who are the key players for England? I've gotten 3 names for Iran. Who are the key players for England? Who must have a phenomenal World Cup for England to go far? Who are the 3 players? Like, if these players really stand out, you could see England going to quarterfinals. Who are the 3 players or semifinals? You know, I think the 3 players who will determine how far England go. And no, some of you will cuss me, but may I give you a reality. Yes, see, if Harry Maguire have an excellent World Cup, Raheem Sterling has an excellent World Cup, and Kane have an excellent World Cup, England go make it far. I think Harry Maguire is very important to England advancing. If Harry Maguire fails, England fails. Because even if Kane does well and Harry Maguire don't do well, England ain't going nowhere. It is very important that Harry Maguire, I think, has an excellent World Cup. And I think like Prince Harry is going to do well. If Prince Harry does well, England goes far. That's me. But Raheem Sterling as well and Harry Kane. Like Harry Kane needs to score in every single game. And I think Raheem Sterling. But let me get some of your names. Kane, Sterling, and Stone. Reece James, Kane, and Sterling. I don't know if Reece James need to have a big tournament. Who else? But Prince Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. Raheem Sterling is the number one of the three Lions. He's got to show up and show out. Harry Kane is kind of old. Not really. Kane, Sterling, and the goalkeeper, which is Pickford. Okay. All right. Sterling, Kane, and James. Sterling, Kane, and Sterling, Rice, and Pickford. Foden, Saka is the key to England chat. Really? I don't think so. Jesse Guna, you and I disagree for this one. Coach says Harry Maguire is done. I would start him. not when he come out to England. not when he come on to England. Not when he come on to England. Time to stop depending on Sterling and Kane so much. Okay? For me, Sterling at his best is their best player, but all of England want Kane to be the man. Sterling carried them through the Euros. Mannings, you're really a man of God because you regular folks will struggle to come up with a sentence that include you want them now. No rated. Vic Maguire, Stone, James, and Kane. All right. Mannings, me I go have NBA, EPL, NFL, and World Cup for watch. I'm loving it. Yep. All right. What is it? Rob Smith, you're spot on. All right. So we have CC. CC, who are the instrumental players for England? Good evening and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, man. Bless up everybody. The instrumental players for England.
Yeah.
I would say I would say Saka is one because I would start Saka over Foden because I think Saka in an England shirt has performed better than Phil Foden. Phil Foden hasn't really impacted the game how I thought he probably can. Saka has scored more goals in less appearances, has had more impact. However, the the coach tends to want to play him at a wing back, which I can't as a wing back, which I can't understand. But Saka, I think, is a key player. I think Harry Kane, despite him scoring, winning the Golden Boot at the last World Cup, a lot of those goals are ricochet goals are penalties. So, but the fact that he never had a great Euro tournament. So I think he needs to have a big tournament. So I would say Harry Kane, I would say Saka. I wouldn't say Sterling because I think Sterling for me, since he has come into the England setup, even in the World Cup, in the Euro, and I think even the Euro before, he was England's best player, in my opinion.
So what do you think about what Jason is saying? That he would bend Sterling and start Saka and Foden with Kane?
No, because where would you? That would mean you're playing Foden on the wing that you would play Sterling. Because I think if you're benching Sterling, you start Grealish out there. So for me, man, I think the most difficult part of England's team is the back line. Because currently, as it stands, England doesn't have any experienced centre-back properly.
What?
They don't. The reason why Harry Maguire
wasn't Harry Maguire at the last World Cup.
But listen to what I said, man. I'm saying to you that the reason why Harry Maguire is still starting in England's team is that they don't have any experienced centre-back to take over. Who are they going to start? They have players that are currently playing for their teams and probably playing better than Harry Maguire. However, Harry Maguire is the most experienced one. So I think the coach don't want to start. Because if you look in the back line, you have Connor Cody, right? Connor Cody is not necessarily an experienced campaigner in any tournament. You have Mings, who it seems as if Gerard had fell out with, but Mings is not a seasoned campaign centre back in that aspect. You have the guy named Tomori, who is playing well for AC Milan, and that is the next scenario. So that's 3 centre backs, and I think the guy at Arsenal, I think would be to me
Ben White.
Ben White. To me, the option should be Ben White and Connor Cody or Ben White. But I think
what about John Stones?
Yeah. No, I think John Stones. I don't think John Stones is that good of a defender.
Really?
No, man. I think John Stones to me is good on the ball. Like he's good on the ball, right? So I think depending on how you're playing him. So if you look at it, depends on what England plays at the back. England is going to go for a back 5. So you know what I think they probably should do if they're going for a back 5? They could play Reece James.
You think that Ben White is ahead and Cody is ahead of John Stones?
I think that Ben White is better than John Stones as a centre back.
Okay.
But I think that John Stones is better with the ball at his feet. So I think John Stones and Harry Maguire is not a good pairing because both of them are good at the ball at their feet, but both of them are bad out of position. It's like half the ball, their positioning is suspect.
Yeah, I'm an Arsenal man still. And I think, for me, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe the Arsenal man can correct me, but I'm an Arsenal man, and I think that John Stone is ahead of Ben White.
Well, that's probably
I would play John Stones and Ben White together.
But I think both of them can play together in the mornings because John Stones is better with the ball at his feet. But Ben White, to me, is the better defender. So it's like John Stones, because they want to have a ball playing centre half. So you would play John Stones, right? So you would play John Stones because you want a ball playing centre half. But you would pair him with Ben White. So I think if you pair John Stones with Ben White, you're all right there. But then you have an issue in the left back position. Because in the left back position, you have Luke Shaw. And who else is over there? Nobody else.
Left back? Then I want to Ben Chilwell. What Ben Chilwell play?
You have Luke Shaw, Ben Chilwell, and who else? Because Ben Chilwell wasn't starting in So it's like because they're saying a lot of these players weren't starting. So to me, if you end up depending on the formation that they're playing.
But Ben Chilwell is very good.
Ben Chilwell, yeah, he's very good, but remember he wasn't starting, man. He wasn't playing for Chelsea. He wasn't starting.
But wasn't he injured?
No, recently, since the season started with Thomas Tuchel, when they bought Cucurella was the one started.
Okay.
So it depends on, but I think the midfield is where he should shore up the midfield. The midfield, he might not carry this guy to the World Cup, but I think he should.
Which guy?
James Maddison.
James Maddison in the midfield?
Because I would have Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, and James Maddison.
So I'm to Calvin Phillips.
Calvin Phillips now play. He's not playing.
So Calvin Phillips can make that midfield.
Calvin Phillips don't deserve to start in the Monday midfield when he's sitting on the bench at Manchester City. He should have stayed at his club and play football. You're going to sit down on the bench at Man City. You're not playing any football. And I think he was injured as well.
Okay.
He's not playing any football, man.
So your midfield would be James Maddison,
Jude Bellingham, and Declan Rice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So with James, see, there matters a Calvin Phillips injured, so there's a chance he probably not ever go. We know I'm injured, man.
Hold on, CC, we have a call. We have a call. Hold on. Yeah, man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man. Big gunners,
Wagwan Gunners. That's an easy three job today in the Europa League, while Manchester United had a lucky escape. I don't even can pronounce the team that them play, them almost get beaten 3, them score and win 3-2 still. I don't know something wrong with Manchester, man, but Arsenal, we think they know. Easy. 3 piece and chips we give them.
Just want to go and chip away and go and hold the lead and chip away, and when it done something like them not realize. Pick up yourself, just yeah. May I read your comment? No, man. I just look for something here, right? And may I go vary from where you are talking about for a minute. Real quick. Couple months back, the females them said them would want some change at the administration and things like that. But people are grateful at want to get rid.
Yeah, you're breaking up though, caller.
Yeah, hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you now.
Yeah, I say, the female soccer players, the national players, them are whoever them. There was a thing where they do want to move somebody, right?
Yeah, they wanted Vin Blaine to be removed as the head coach, and the JFF eventually made that decision.
Okay, and people was up in arms about what this and that. Like people actually want them. Well, anyway, saying that to say, y'all notice that hostile takeover of the United States Women's Soccer League by the female players. They notice what going over there for the past 2 years.
What happened in the league over there?
The woman.
A lot of investigation is going on because of some what did they call it again?
Misconduct investigation.
Yes.
And yesterday now the result come out yesterday. And them find a whole lot of misconduct and sexual harassment and coaches that force them. I'm thinking on the right, because if whether male or female in it, right, because you know how many people with come from poor household, but because them have strong means and strong ambition and strong faith, get last in the pile and then better than who get up but put up front because them now bow down to certain things. And me I look at me and say if them things are happening in America and so many years on the top, for them at the top. Turn a blind eye.
Carla, you really break up, But let me just say this. Remember, and thank you, El Granero, because he's reminding us that Mr. Vin Blaine walked away and the situation with him is completely different from what is happening in the States. It had nothing to do with those things. It had to do with some issues in terms of his coaching, why the young ladies had requested for him to not be the coach. The JFF stood by him, but for the betterment of the football, he decided that he would walk away.
Then that's why administration want to always stand beside their people over the players. The people.
It's not a matter of that, but the truth is, it's just like you are, say for example, you run a high school team over there, and the team is winning, the team is doing well, and somebody said they don't want you to be a part of the team, and the administration is saying that, but he's producing the results.
So the administration only care about results.
Because remember now that there was what you are saying is happening in the NWSL, I think is the National Women's Soccer League, is not what is happening. In those cases, it is different. That was not the case here.
I am just wondering, why I bring up this conversation in the middle of where you are talking about, I am wondering if these things is happening worldwide, why we can't believe that these things are happening at Jamaica, but because
but what I don't like, Carla, is that you're using what you're doing is you're using what is happening in the States to justify what happened in Jamaica when the things are none of the girls mentioned those things, so we don't want to discuss that. We don't want to discuss that. I just want people to start look down them road there and ask some questions. No,
some of those questions
must be asked. I agree with that, but in this case, we can't say that had anything to do with anything. Still.
Well, that wasn't even where I was going to say he was involved in those things. I am just saying how the people was reacting like it is impossible or it is unfair for the females to call out and get what they
No,
want
no,
because
no,
the fans now
no,
like it
no.
and a lot
What
of
people,
people.
no man, just follow what people are saying. What people are saying is that the reasons that they stated were not valid reasons.
Well, you know, well, if the players not have to state no specific reason, you know, them just say the man to go now and him to go administration to listen to them, you know, because at the end of the day, them are bring the results, you know, them are play upon the field, you know. So if them want one person to go it hard, have to get rid of one more than get to that 12 or 23, you know. Yeah,
Okay.
so with that said, I'm just saying I wasn't even looking at all of the misconduct that's happening in the United States. I'm just looking how right now these ladies now they are asking for immediate change as to where they say some people is not even qualified to be owners, to be in the stand, much less to be owners. So now they are trying to get different kind of people to own the teams, just like where it happened down at Atlanta with the Dreams and the Kelly left last year there and them thing there. You understand me? So sometimes we have to go deeper than where we just
Yeah,
see
and
the
and
outside.
and, and I'm saying that there is a place where we need to ask people who lead these organizations about these things. But I'm saying all I want to do is to make sure that we are not using what happened in the States to compare to what happened with
No man,
two
no
different
man.
things.
I wasn't
Right, that's
no
it.
man. Yeah,
But
man.
there
I'm
are
never that, you know.
questions. We need to be very careful of who we have lead women's sport. Right?
Yes,
All right.
yes, sir.
So yeah, man.
Not
But
just there, not just across the world, across the board. Yeah. We have to look for some
all
people
right,
because some things
let me tell you why your argument don't so. But and then I'm going to end it because I want to stick to what we're discussing, right? So
yeah,
because
man, more, yeah.
yeah, we want to go back to
Go
it.
ahead.
There is a coach who is now in the system that it is alleged that these things have been said about him, and he was engaged and preferred.
All right.
So
So at the end of the day, we're
yeah,
not going to go further with this
yeah.
argument. This is another show. But this is a show where we need to have a discussion, fan. Based on
Okay.
what's been happening for the past 2 days over in
So
the United
tomorrow we're
States.
going to talk about it in the morning show. So make sure you're
Yeah.
available.
Send me, you have to give me some notification.
Yeah,
You
man,
know
I'll
me, I
give you
do
some
it.
notification and make sure that you notify me with a super chat when we send the notification tomorrow.
Don't tell me about the super chat. The super chat, you know. Brain drain, fresh start. On the type of that in the comment section. Let's drop a super chat. Make on name,
All right.
make on name highlight even one time,
All
my
right.
brother. You
All
know
right,
me
Carl.
proud when me drop a super chat. I'm a name highlight.
Listen,
TC, drop a super chat.
watch the game
All
and
right,
give me some update on the game. All right.
yeah, man. A 3-0 right now. Denver Broncos, but Wilson looking horrible.
All right then. Bless up.
As you.
Yeah, man. Bless up,
Yeah, man.
Riley.
They're in the comment section at all something.
Yeah, man. All right then. All right, so we need to run from that because I don't want to miss this. So let's come back. And then maybe later on we can take on back Piney. All right, so let's come back to the CC. How come you don't mention Mason Mount in the midfield? You mentioned Madison and them on the over Mason Mount. So Mason Mount not making your team.
Man, I want to tell you say it kinda rough, you know. But I think Madison in a underperforming team has done more than Mason Mount in a relatively Chelsea kind of not really say not saying we're performing bad, but kind of say relatively team that is performing better than Leicester right now. Madison to me is ahead of Mason Mount right now in terms of that. So it all depends, and it depends how them go with the formation because you can always say Saka, Mason Mount, and Harry Kane.
Okay. What formation England use though? Isn't it 3-4? Isn't it 3-4-3? That's how they
No,
play.
a 3-4-3 some people call it, but a 5 out the back, man. A 5-2-3 England you 5-7 yeah 5-2-3.
5-2-3.
Yeah, because England plays with 3 centre back.
See, an
Then they
ex-Chelsea
have
man saying that the team can pick without Mason Mount, brother. So I don't know. That's a Chelsea conversation.
I'm gonna tell you why I must understand man's man. You see, the team that the team that Gareth Southgate will pick.
Yeah.
Gareth Southgate is a man of loyalty. Gareth Southgate thing is like him loyal to a certain set of players. So you will see him pick on a team. Him pick Mason Mount.
CC, hold on a sec. We have Cranky online. Cranky, welcome to the show.
My name is man. How you doing? Good night. Good night, CC.
Yeah, man. Good night. Good night. CC, Cranky saying good night. You hearing?
Yeah, so CC talking about
Yeah, good night. Good night.
CC. About my defenders. I'm English. Can we in the World Cup?
First, tell me, first, tell
Yeah,
me, Cranky, who you picking? Who you picking to come out the zone? Firstly, Zone B.
How you mean who I'm picking to come on the zone? Can I question that?
You live. I'm asking you. You live in America. You say you're English. So I need to know. And then there is the team ranked 20th, Iran in that group. So who you picking?
Before I answer that question, I want to touch upon the topic your caller touched upon earlier.
Okay.
So your caller was conflating two things. Don't analogize and conflate situations that occurred in the Jamaica women's football with what's happening in the US with women's football. This has happened. It's a power thing, right? We had it in gymnastics. We had the academies in the UK where coaches did things which were inappropriate. The analogy that's better suited is the one with Spain,
yeah, where
the Spain women's football team, 15 of them wrote to the federation to get rid of the coach. And the federation said, it's going to be the opposite. If you don't apologize, you're not playing for Spain. Unlike what Jamaica did, which the JFF got bailed out by the coach, because this wasn't about the coach not having, in my view, not having the ability to coach them. It was about they wanting their own coach who was there with them previously, and they got rid of the coach because they put their preferred coach, and we acquiesced to that, which to me can never be right. I don't care what anybody's going to say. I'm not going to go with the herd to say, well, we got to the World Cup, so the end justified the means. No, it didn't. It was inappropriate, frankly, for that to occur. When the coach got them to where they were and they decided they want a new coach. That's nonsense. And for those who support that, that's like your kids running your house. That ain't happening. Kids in my house can't run my house. I don't run my house, I run my house. So I don't believe in that nonsense. All right, let's go back to the football now in terms of the World Cup. At the end of the day, I think England is the best team in that zone. I think it's an interesting zone because I don't think Iran is a good team.
Really?
The US is Iran.
People
Iran
like
has
Jason
been playing well.
People like Jason Goon and Fresh God say Iran is a very good team, and they have a lot of stars playing all over the.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I said Iran is a good team.
Oh. Sorry.
No, I said Iran is a good team. You're not hearing me. Management, you're distracted. You're not hearing me. It's a tough zone. It's a tougher zone than people think it is. And Iran has motivation to play against the US. They probably can't go back home if they lose. So I mean, they have to help the people there who have a lot of protest in the streets. So no, it's going to be a tough zone. But back to CC's point about what the composition of the national team should be for my country, for my other country. So that's my second.
So hold on. So
I don't make sure that's clear.
Hold on. No. What I need to ask you is, who is the first country?
You talking about World Cup or
no? I don't know. Anyhow you want to answer.
My first country in the World Cup can't be Jamaica. Jamaica is not in the World Cup, so we can't have our first country in the World Cup. But my first country normally is Jamaica.
Your second country is.
So they can't be my first country.
And your second country is England.
My second country is when it comes to football. I mean, I live in England. So it can't be England normally. When it comes to football, it all depends on what we're talking about.
So your present country that you live in, where are they on your football list?
Why they're about third, No, they're fourth normally for the Jamaicans playing. They're third in Jamaicans playing. So it's normally the UK. Well, normally Jamaica, the UK, Brazil, and the US. If they're not playing, if Jamaica is not playing, it's normally the UK, right? First, Brazil, then the US, then Brazil. But normally the US struggle. They made the last World Cup. Jamaica never makes the World Cup, except for once. So it's England and Brazil. Those are my choices.
Okay, all right. So go back to your England thing. Because even let me just say this, Cranky, because Dia Kubra is saying, talking about England is so boring. It is because we see these guys day in, day out in EPL where we feel England going past the next round. So he's really of the opinion that England is not even coming out of the group.
Who is this?
Dia Kubra. A lot of people. There are people who believe that it is Iran that is coming out of that group and somebody else?
Manning's man. I know England had good draws in the World Cup and the Euro, but who were the semifinalists in the last World Cup? I'm confused.
England went to the
finals of the
semifinal.
Euro?
England.
Who was in the finals? Who was in the finals of the Euros?
England.
They just won. They lost some penalty kicks. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? That people watch football because we watch them all the time. Yes, we watch them all the time, and familiarity breeds contempt. Maybe that's what is happening with him. Is that familiarity breeds contempt, so therefore he has no appreciation for the ability of those teams. England's one of the better midfield in the World Cup between if you have Rice and Billingham and anybody else. They probably should play Madison, but they probably won't. They probably won't even bring Madison to the World Cup. But England is a good team. Defensively, in the middle of the park, in the center half.
All right. Give me the three defenders. Who are the three defenders for England, Cranky? Because I don't think they have good defense.
But Cranky.
No, Kyle Walker just had surgery, which is a major blow.
Yeah.
Because with his speed and his pedigree, he would be a shoo-in to play on the right of the three. Right now, that's a struggle. They may have to drop James back there, and maybe they put Trippier in front of James. I don't think they're going to put Trent there because Trent can't defend himself. I would agree with CC about Ben White playing, but Southgate likes who he likes, right? He likes Maguire. He likes Stone. He's probably not going to play Ben White, even though Ben White deserves to play. If you're playing right back Manning's man and you're center half and you're playing good at right back, it shows your versatility and it shows your skill set as a footballer, right? If you can move from center half, which is not normal, to go play right back, clear right back, not right back in a three, it suggests you have certain capabilities which Southgate has not explored and thought about for White playing on the right or in the middle of the three. So we'll see what happens. I think Southgate is under tremendous pressure because people are not happy about what transpired in the Nations League. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But I do think I would play White and Stone and probably James in the three.
Okay.
And put Trippier in front of James.
People are disagreeing with you, all right? So they don't
have to agree with me because, I mean, I would disagree with me too because...
yeah, no, man, let me tell you what they're disagreeing with. One Dan is saying, Manning, your caller saying, say, ISSA football go, talking about where England going. Then Jason Guna says they will not play 7 home games like at the Euros. And so he's suggesting that but that would counter now. You can counter them with the World Cup was not played in England and they got to the semi-finals.
But they only play one really good team, man. If you look on the teams that
England only play one good team. They can only play who in front of them.
All right, they can only play who is in front of them, man. But look at it like this. In the game against Belgium, you notice how England played that game? England played that game to be on the side of the draw. That was most favorable. That is how the game was played, you know. England never played that game like they wanted to win the game. So when you look on the game, you say, but what is it's like you're going.
But here's what you're saying, though, Cece. If England wanted to win, they could have won.
No, I'm not saying they could have won, but I'm saying the effort given in the game.
Man. The Belgium team was ranked number 1 in the world, man. The Belgium team had a really fit Hazard, a really fit De Bruyne. They were the number 1 ranked team in the world, weren't they, at the point? So I'm not sure what CC's talking about.
Cranky. You watch the World Cup. I watch the World Cup. England,
all right,
and they can only play who's in front of them. But based on the result with the Belgium game, England got the luck of the draw, and it was set up after that. Belgium went on to play Brazil. England went on to face some other teams, and England ended up the team that England played to go to the World Cup final. As much as they were playing good.
The World Cup final? They didn't
go to the World Cup. They never went to the World Cup final. Croatia went to the final. But I'm saying that England would have given everything to get Croatia. If you tell them, say, oh, you're going to get Croatia, other than a Brazil, other than a France, remember, you know, if England ended up on the side of that side, they would have to face Brazil, then they would have to face France, then they would have to... Say it's like me, I tell you, man, like, it's so away, but I'm just saying to you that the game
if England, if Southgate picks the right team, Manningsman, that's always a problem, Manningsman. We used to have that with Arteta too. When he picks our team, he picks the right team. England will do really well. The defense is leaky. I don't disagree, and goalkeeping may be average. But if you play Billingham and Rice and Madison in your middle, that can compete against any team in the world, even the Brazil team. In fact, that midfield is better than Brazil's midfield.
What? No, Cranky.
Brazil has a lot of good. That midfield is better than Brazil. With
No,
no,
Cranky.
Let me finish.
No, man, you go ahead.
Brazil's forward line is not Brazil. Brazil's forward is midfield. So you name me 3 Brazil midfielders who are better than Rice, Bellingham, and Messi.
Easy. Right off the top of the head, I can go with just move to England.
Ugamero or Paletta?
Paletta, Gamir, better midfielder.
Paqueta look.
I'm not there.
Management.
What?
Better than Bellingham?
What? You mean, Cranky?
You haven't watched
Declan Rice. Declan Rice can walk in them on the Cranky. Declan Rice can walk in them on the shoes.
Management. Imam Rice are playing in the same midfield. He's not playing better than Rice, management. Don't go there.
Different position, Cranky.
We are so biased, management. No, management. We are biased towards certain players. I know they're different positions. We are biased towards certain countries. We are biased towards certain players. Now, Brazil's forward line is the best in the world, and they get picked from about 10 or 12 people. Their midfield, Guimaraes is a very good player. Fabinho is a good player. Casemiro is a good player. So
Guimaraes. Listen, Cranky. If I have Casemiro and Guimaraes, there's no way Declan Rice and Bellingham together are better than the two of them.
That's your view, and that's my view.
So what are you saying? What are you saying?
My view.
What are you saying, Cranky?
I think Bellingham right now is top 5 midfielder in the world.
What?
At 19, yeah.
Hold on.
I'm not rate Bellingham straight, but I mean,
the two French midfielders that play for Real Madrid are ahead of Bellingham. Them, we just gonna go right this one.
That's your opinion.
Show how many and Camavinga.
Management. Wait. Who's going to cost 140 million pounds next year? Who's been quoted has been cost 140 million pounds? Tell me, which player do you know apart from Mbappe?
I'm a wicked man still, man.
Between 130 and 140. No, management, answer the question.
Let me answer you. All right?
Yeah.
Cranky. The players, the two players that I just named, the two French players that play for Real Madrid, they are ahead of Bellingham.
In which world?
In the world that we live in.
Management, it's a matter of opinion, and these players.
Some people agree with you, Some people agree with you, on that.
I've been watching Bellingham for like 3-4 years now. At 16, the kid is playing championship football.
Bellingham better than Pogba?
The kid. What has Pogba done?
I've never asked him.
Pogba is always injured. What has Pogba done?
Bellingham, I think Cranky might have with the top 5.
I'm just asking you.
What's Pogba done for Manu?
No, but you're not answering my question. You're not answering my question.
At this point in their career, yes, he's better than Pogba at this point in their career. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Bellingham, man. Bellingham is a 6 or 10 or 8.
Man, the kid play all over the midfield. Man, the kid play defense, he play offense.
He's the best. He's the best English midfielder right now.
Like I said before, Madison has the best stats of all the midfielders, and he can't get into the English squad. Forget about team. He starts better than Foden. He's better than Saka. He's better than Grealish. Better than all of them. He can't get into the team, which is interesting. Look, Southgate always picks who he favors and who's been there, done it for him. I think when Sterling played the World Cup, I don't think Sterling scored in the World Cup. I think one time Sterling has scored is when he played against Spain in the Nations League, is when he started scoring. He wasn't scoring. He was one of the better players for England in the World Cup, but he wasn't scoring. But Southgate likes certain players, he likes what they bring to the table, and he plays them.
Cranky can't understand. Is Bellingham better than Thomas Partey?
No.
Is Bellingham better than Kevin? Is he better than Kevin?
But as you said before, they play different positions.
Is he better than? Is he better than Kevin De Bruyne?
No, of course not.
Oh, okay.
Of course not. But you speak like Pogba, and Pogba has won a World Cup. But Pogba at Juventus is not Pogba today. Pogba has done nothing when he came to England. Nothing when he played for Man U. 1 or 2 flashy games and that's it. Bellingham's been playing good football. The kid is one of the 3 captains for Dortmund, a Champions League club team. And the kid is what, 19 years old? That's ridiculous, man. You don't hear those things in today's football. It's not when Tony Adams was captain of Arsenal way back in the
There are
early
much
days.
questions that are flying in for you. Brain Drain is asking if World Cup experience, he says concerning Pogba, if World Cup experience matters.
I think tournament experience matters. It's not about World Cup. So the Euros is much more challenging than the World Cup, frankly. Because all you have in the World Cup is Brazil and Argentina, in addition, You don't have all the other teams from Africa, this part of the world in the World Cup. So the Euros are a much more competitive environment, frankly, than the World Cup. You add Brazil and Argentina, but think about all the teams in the Euros versus in the World Cup. It's not disputable. It's not disputable. So if you're going to say World Cup experience, think about your experience. Your experience.
I don't know. I can't see that. I can't see how Bellingham is better than Al Busquets.
Busquets is old. This is not the same Busquets, man. Busquets is old. In fact, he's been benched now for Barcelona. You gonna tell me this 19-year-old who can't get benched? If you know what, man, he forced his way into the England team now, man. Southgate has his set team, He's forced his way into the team. You know what, man? It's like our boy Saliba with Ben White. We bought Ben White for 50 million. He was gonna be the right centre half for years, and we bring back this kid and he displaced him. Because you know what? There are levels to this game.
Listen,
he's at a different level.
I would love to see Bellingham in some other league.
Yeah.
To see how he matches.
Oh, no, man. Next year he's gonna be in some other league.
Next year when he run out Chelsea midfield,
Real Madrid or Man City. Real Madrid or Man City. I doubt he'll go to Liverpool.
When you see him at Chelsea, we know what time it is.
Is he better than Fabinho?
Man, Fabinho. Some people are receding the man. They're not exceeding now. They're receding. Fabinho is going in the opposite direction. so is Busquets. Fabinho, they are going opposite direction. If you were saying someone like Guimaraes, who I rate, who's a very good midfielder, is a very good midfielder and getting better playing for Newcastle.
If you said to me, management of the up and coming midfielder, he's in the top 5, that I can understand.
Management, the kid has arrived. Management, that's what they want to pay 100. You know the price is being quoted for him. You know what they want to do? Dortmund is dying for him to go to the World Cup and show his talent so they can keep increasing their price. There's nothing under 100 million being quoted for him. Unless he gets injured, he'll be sold next year for 100 million, over 100 million.
But Cranky, how much? Cranky, how much was Jack Grealish sold for? Does he look
100 million?
Does he look like $100 million player?
But the only person who came to Jack Grealish was Man City. Let me explain that to you. No, there's a difference between that. So the money being quoted for Bellingham is not just for Man City, It's Bayern, it's Real Madrid, it's Man City, it's Liverpool. There's a difference between fighting for somebody and paying over the odds versus one team pursuing somebody who they think is very good. Grealish stats didn't support his price. Grealish don't score a lot of goals. Man City got in love with this Spurs guy. They couldn't get Harry Kane. They defaulted to Grealish. But Grealish stats didn't indicate that he should be paying £100 million for Grealish. What's Grealish's scoring average? It's poor compared to any other winger that who's been deemed accordingly. Just like you and I argue about Saka. Saka has 1 goal in 8 games so far this season. I am not the person on the bandwagon saying Saka's the greatest thing sliced bread. We want to pay him £200,000 a year. I don't buy into that. He has some assists, but the production doesn't justify the fee. Bellingham's production, between how he controls the midfield, how he scores goals. The kid scored against Man City when he's 17 years old in Champions League. Didn't he score last day against Man City? Man, come on, man. Which kids play Champions League football at 17, 18 years old? And not just playing, being deemed. The kid is ridiculously good.
I am the man in a Dortmund midfield.
Of course, he's the man in that midfield, and he's not in 20 years old yet.
Yeah, man, I'm the man.
We don't Jamaican football, I'm at 23, 24, and we realize man said,
all right, Cranky.
18 and 19
I am telling you that that English midfield don't really, in my eyes, it don't drive fear. But like,
it depends on who they put there.
If those, listen, I'm telling you, Cranky, I don't see that midfield outplaying the France midfield with what's his name? The guy at Atletico.
Camavinga.
No man, not even him. If those three guys, the one from because France have so many players who play in that position that I could call, but the two from Real Madrid and the guy that play for Atletico Madrid,
Nice man. First of all,
Kangangbia, I think his name is. Go ahead.
Yeah. He's okay. Nice man. First of all,
I don't see. Hold on, let me go to the thing there. The Argentina midfield. May I tell you, the Argentina midfield is because we don't rate. A lot of people don't rate Argentina, you know.
So tell me the Argentina midfield, man. That's so great you're talking about. Tell me this great Argentina midfield you're talking about. Don't mention yourself, so you know, because you embarrass yourself. Tell me this great Argentina midfield you're talking about.
All right, let me give you one. The guy who plays, he played McAllister. Let me give you one. The one who plays at Brighton.
McAllister.
He plays at Brighton. One of the best stats in the EPL right now when you check it. Parades.
Man.
DePaul.
Yeah, we are talking about McAllister. Man, we're all talking about McAllister. Is that our
Parades. DePaul.
I know. Man,
DePaul.
They're okay, man. Yeah, they're household names, man. Household names. We all know them. So we're struggling with those names. We know them really well. Paredes is known commodity. McAllister is not a known commodity. A good player, man, but nobody's going to bed at night worrying about McAllister.
But man, that you from Atletico Madrid can't play for France again.
No, he can't get in the team. But me just give
you. Remember that he played for France a couple of games and they weren't competitive games and he chose to play for African country.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay. The ball.
France again. Jeffrey Kondogbia. He named Jeffrey Kondogbia.
Really?
Anyway, we will see that the World Cup coming up soon, you know. So we will see.
But man, let me just finish by saying this. You just destroyed and denigrated, belittled, disparage. I mean, all the words that's bad. My English midfield. You just did that about
No.
You just suggested I know nothing about football because I've compared my English midfield with Brazil's midfield.
No,
we'll see.
No, what I'm saying though is that listen, let me say this. Bellingham is a good player, but that midfield that you name with Bellingham, Rice, and even Madison, I don't see how that midfield outplays the Brazil midfield, the France midfield. I don't see how that midfield outplays even Portugal midfield. I don't see it. That's what I'm saying.
Portugal is a very competitive midfield. Portugal is very good. Between Nunes and what's his name from Man City, Silva, Portugal is a good midfield.
So
it's a comparable midfield, actually.
I would say to you, I will agree with you that out of all the midfielders in England, Jude Bellingham is the best one in the English team. So I'm not putting him down. What I'm saying though, as a group, that midfield to me is probably I would have them at 6. When I put them with the rest of teams in the World Cup.
Name the other midfield them. I think the best. All right, I think them in that still because I think the best midfield is the man song, and it depends because I think it's midfield them have, but you kind of have to look at it away. I don't think Brazil have the strongest of midfield.
Don't compare Partey. When you talk about Partey, because you know how I'm about Partey, right? I think Partey is the best CDM in football in the world. Period. But then Rodrigo from Man City. So, and I get grief about that. And I'm not changing my opinion. I watch Partey play. I watch the kid from Man City play. I watch Busquets play. I watch all of them play. And Partey is a complete midfielder, even though he's
Jude Bellingham play.
But anyway.
Brendan is asking about what about the midfield of Ravel, Grant, and Maggie?
Hey, let me tell something about Ravel, though. Ravel could have been at that level. No, I'm not even joking about that. I think Ravel could have been at that level. I said that article, didn't I, man? Did I say the article with the kid from Man U that was talking about Ravel?
Yeah.
And what he used to do with training with all those senior pros?
Yeah.
No, Ravel was a good player. Ravel just was on the wrong side of Makeda, right. He was talking about Ravel to just destroy.
So Jason Guna is saying, Portugal midfield is better. Brazil, France, Belgium, and Spain are better than the England midfield.
I'm saying, which midfield him call?
Spain is a good midfield.
He says Spain,
Pedro will play for Spain,
Argentina,
though. Is
France,
that Pedri?
Brazil, and Portugal. Belgium as well. He says
I don't
Belgium.
think
with
Spain
Kevin De Bruyne.
midfield better than Germany midfield.
No, they're talking about better than England.
Yeah, no, but I said that's right. But me not think
Germany
Spain.
midfield must be
Germany midfielder are Tony Kroos.
very good. Man is man. No one can definitely say which midfield is the best man. If you're talking about forward line, we wouldn't have a dispute about the forward line. Because I think Brazil is the best in terms of squad of players to play up front. But no one can put hands on heart and say this is the best midfield. I believe that England midfield is as good as any midfield in the World Cup. If you say Brazil is better, I can't hear saying, well, you know what? No, that you're totally wrong between what they have, or Portugal for that matter. Or even Spain with the kids, because Spain have a bunch of kids. They're not all proven at this level, but they're a bunch of brilliant kids. Gavi is brilliant, Pedri's brilliant. They're brilliant kids. Portugal were very, very good.
Somebody saying that
Carvalho playing with Silva. Go ahead.
Some person saying Belgium midfield. I personally think France have the best midfield, although I support Brazil. But somebody saying even the Croatian midfield is better than the English midfield.
Which the 3-man midfield, which 3? But it's Germany midfield, boy, I don't know.
But the thing with the Croatian midfield is that they are very old.
Yeah,
because it's the same Modric and Rakitic.
They can't manage the pace, man. Because see Leon Goretzka.
Yeah.
Goretzka, Tony Kroos, and Joshua Kimmich.
Yes. Go ahead,
if Southgate picked the midfield, I'm suggesting, because I'm not a big Mason Mount fan. If Southgate picked the midfield, I would hope he picked. Then we can do a comparative, but we can't because Southgate picks who he likes and who he has trust in and who has played for him and hasn't failed him before. And that's part of his problem. He has a loyalty problem, meaning he's too loyal sometimes. Because Harry Maguire shouldn't be in the squad. Forget about being in the team. Harry Maguire shouldn't be in the squad, not based on his performance. And Southgate always says this, man. If you're not playing regular for your team, you can't necessarily be in the team. And he goes against that with certain players who he likes. So look, at the end of the day, my hope is that he picks the team that is favored. But in England, there's an uproar about him not picking Madison. There's an uproar about him not playing Grealish more. But he doesn't succumb to those pressures.
Yeah, and some people are upset. Some people are upset with him not picking Ben White either. But so you're picking
not as much.
Come on, Ben White in the squad, you know.
Huh?
Ben White never in the squad.
Ben White wasn't in the last squad.
No.
No, but I'm saying he picked Ben White.
I don't mind them not going, you know. I don't mind Ben White not going, you know. Better for me.
Me neither. I wouldn't mind if Gabriel Martinez don't go anywhere. Ben White doesn't go anywhere. Somebody else has to go. I know. I wouldn't mind Saliba not going anywhere. The coach took him out for halftime the other day. I hope Saliba doesn't go. We're trying to win the leagues. I don't care if they go play for France or go play for Japan or whatever. I hope they don't go.
Yeah. So you're going with England to come out of that zone, and
the other team is very difficult, man. So we have what? US, Iran, and who else? Is that Ecuador?
Wales, and
Wales. I think it is between the US and Iran. I think that's
okay. So no love for Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey. Too old.
Nah, I don't think so. I know they've done well to get there in the first place by getting over the Ukraine, got over Scotland, but I don't think so. I'm gonna pick. I won't put England. I'm gonna hold off on the other one. I gotta think about it.
No love for the United States. You don't think USA with the group of young players can get it together? A lot of them getting more game time. Des has moved. Tyler Adams have moved. Matt Turner playing. Okay.
No, they have a good midfielder, man. Musa and Adams and McKinney. It's a very good midfield.
Yeah.
It's a very good, young, energy, good on the ball. But the defense management, can you name the defenders? Deshaun Robinson ain't that great. That's the reason why they left Barcelona, I know. And the two centre half ain't that great.
Yeah.
So I would not get excited about Croatia's midfield is good. I saw that posting. I wouldn't get excited about the US centre halves. That's the problem.
All right.
Centre halves is a challenge. Yeah. So Anyway, man, we'll see.
All right, and big up to the Arsenal. 3-piece.
Yeah, no, today was a practice game. We were trying to get ready for Liverpool because man, I don't think we have beat Liverpool in the last 14 tries. We don't beat Liverpool. Even in our good team, we can't even beat them in the League Cup. But then
I'll even go to penalty them beat we.
We don't really score game in the league. We really score against them. Really score against them. And in the League Cup, we them beat. So I'm not sitting here with my chest out about Liverpool because no matter how they're doing, they're up for us. So we'll see what happens.
All right then. All right, Frankie. Yeah, man. Cool. Thanks for the call.
Right,
all right. We have Garvan, GFC, on the program. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my general. Much respect.
Yeah, man.
I hear the brother that talk about England. England have no team, to be honest. World Cup.
England have no team.
No, man, no team. England have no team.
I want to say that, man.
If you check it out, if you look at it, England don't have Declan Rice where them gonna England midfield already yet. Them not have no flair. Them not have no creative midfielder.
Yeah, then something that James Madison creative.
Yeah, but if you look at it, him have a 70% chance of not going,
But look at it like this. I don't think, and I think even England fans have to understand this. England's football is not centered around a number 10. And I think they find it difficult to set up their team. Ever since I've been watching England, they don't necessarily play a number 10.
You know what I think, CC? Yeah. I think England should carry Conor Gallagher to the World Cup.
Conor Gallagher?
That's their best chance. As a fresh kid and someone who can shoot from outside of 18. Because to be honest, if you check the rest of midfield what England have, you're not gonna carry them nowhere in the World Cup.
I don't know. That's me personally still because I rate Conor Gallagher over Mason Mount. I think Conor Gallagher is a better player than Mason Mount to me.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, Mason Mount, to me, it's just England's system and style of play. Because it's not who in England team can play number 10. Who's a natural number 10 in England squad? Which English player right now is a number 10?
James Maddison.
Exactly. The only player that England is capable of playing number 10 effective to the level. I think Jude Bellingham can play there, but most of the season, Jude is playing number 6. So right now, as far as I see it, you have to play Declan as the 6, Jude as the 8, and you play James Maddison as the 10. Because
CC, when you see brain drain in the comment section, you have to clean off your dress right now.
Look at this, CC. If England want to reach further inside into that World Cup, right? England go off it, make a big decision where they're gonna have to Jack Maguire. Them have to go either use Reece James. They're gonna have to use Triaback. They're gonna have to use Reece James as one of their defender.
Yeah, but notice the man
with Ben White. They're gonna use Ben White in the center. And they'll probably go after use
they're not going to take Ben White
from
to the
Chelsea.
World Cup, though. It don't look like they're taking Ben White to the World Cup.
I'm gonna tell you, England is going to lose. England are going to face it rough because of them defense. What they're going to try and do is play 3 at the back in terms of 3 centre back. They're going to play 5 at the back, because they're going to play 3 centre back and the 2 wing back. That's what they're going to play now. And they're going to play a 2-man midfield with 3 man up front, man. All on earth, you go attack teams. Because
CC, that is 3-4-3 though.
Yeah, it's 3-4-3, yes. But however, I'm saying that they're not going to employ it as such. Because what I think, if you're going, all right, for example, like Liverpool system, right? Liverpool system is centered around 2 solid centre back and a 3-man midfield that does not necessarily attack. The attacking players in the in the Liverpool team are the wing backs and the 3 at the front. So Liverpool basically I play 2-3-5, When they're attacking, it's 2-3-5 because it's the 2 centre back and the 3 in midfield, and then the 5, the wing backs attack, the wing backs overlapping, and the 3 man up front. Salah, all them play Firmino or Nunes or whoever is playing in that position. So I think with England system, Even though you're saying that they will play 3-4-3 management, the person that might play wing back, the personals that they're playing wing back, does not necessarily have the license to go forward. To go to go forward as much. How do you like this the program? Anyway, that's it. And to go forward as much. So I don't want to beleaguer the fact that they should get out of the group management because on paper they have the better players in their squad.
Yeah,
So
I originally I picked England, but boy, on attack right now, don't want to make me a worry. You understand me? But
yeah, worry about the coach.
I'm still going with England. I'm going to go England, and I am going to go with the United States. Those are the teams that I'm going to go with. But who you think is going to be the flop out of are like who is the all right? So people give me the players that you think out of this group going to have a big World Cup, and then tell me the players who you think they're going to flop at this World Cup. Whose value will go up coming out of this zone, and who people going to say, you see it, them one that never good long time. Who are those players for you, CC?
What, in the zone?
Yeah, in this zone we're talking. Because we go zone by zone. Yesterday we talked about zone group A. Who in group? Because I have my own, you know.
In this group now, you see? And it depends on
who. Let me just give you my own. I think people going to realize at this World Cup that Mason Mount and Christian Pulisic are not as good as people say they are.
What is you know?
I don't
think.
I don't think Mason Mount is the best player in England in his position as an English player. I think one dad said Harry Maguire flop already, man. Yeah, but yeah, I think Mason Mount and Christian Pulisic are the two, and I think the player that really going to come out of this World Cup, out of this zone with a big name is the same Jude Bellingham. What say you? So that's my pick. So the question is, who will flop and who is going to?
I think Jude Bellingham are going to be the man for the group. Like, Jude Bellingham are going to be the man. Me already have him. Like, Jude Bellingham to me is a special player. And even when I hear him speak, so I think Jude Bellingham is a special player. Grealish to me, Grealish to me is like, I don't know, but to me, some sitting way, I think Grealish needs a big tournament, but he probably end up flopping. So, I'm one of them players that I think I go flop.
Yeah,
you see? And I think when Mason Mount play for England, I not to think he might flop like that for England. But I think Jude Bellingham will be the star of the group. I think Grealish I got flop as usual. Who am I saying now? Cause it's like it's difficult to pick who a flop when the man good as not start them, you know. Cause Grealish now go start. Yeah, look fun.
Yeah, but I think Mason Mount is going to be one of those players that he gives a lot of game time, and I think he's going to be one of those players, like I said, who not perform good. I just feel like Mason Mount is one of those players, like I said, is going to flop it. I don't know. That's what I think.
Martins, you know, Mason Mount, you know, is a player that it's hard for a coach to drop him because of his high intensity, high pressing.
Yeah.
So that's why he's a player that no former coach really want to drop out of their squad because he's the one that's really do all the pressing.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, you know. But mama say, yo, got JFC. The problem to me is like the creativity, and I think if you play Mason Mount, where you go play? Cause if me I play Mason Mount, you know, you have to play Mason Mount up in the front three.
Yeah, so it will be a player. It will be a player will come off the bench. So you're gonna need an impact player, you know, especially like in the last 20, 30 minutes.
But that's why I say if I play Mason Mount, I have to play Mason Mount with Harry Kane and Sterling up there. So And then you have between Foden and Saka if you come off the bench, you replace Mason Mount and Sterling.
Well,
You know what?
That's a good look.
You know who I think going to have I think this guy and he's a Wales player that I like. The guy named Ampadu.
Ethan Ampadu.
Yeah.
I'm a player. I think him play in a double play.
You know, I have a discussion the other day with a gentleman at work. I'm telling him that Ethan Ampadu is one of the most underrated players. If he was an English player, because to me, you know, he's better than Declan Rice, you know.
Yeah, maybe I need to see more of him. Maybe I need to see more of him.
No, Ampadu, to be honest, you know, when he come on the scene as I think he was 15 years old, you know, he was playing for Oxford United when Chelsea bought him. Right. And he was starting in every game as a 15-year-old. But I think that he went to Chelsea. He went to Chelsea, and that's where, you know, to play with the big boys, you know, that kind of what killed his career. If he did take a low-profile team like what Declan Rice did, I think he would have more advanced than Declan Rice today. But he's a very talented footballer. I watch him live the other day when Chelsea played pre-season. Yeah, and he's a very talented player.
He's at a club. What is PCL? I think he's at...
Yeah. He went to he's playing in Italy and Syria.
Yeah. So I think he's going to have a good World Cup, and I think from that team as well, I just feel like Daniel James is going to flop.
Man, it does a throw the boss names.
No, for real, Daniel James is a player with dependent speed, you know. Him play like Tino Werner.
Yeah. And Pesa is saying that if Ampadu was good, he would still be playing at Chelsea. No, Pesa, we can't. If so, hold on, De Bruyne not good. Because De Bruyne wasn't at Chelsea.
And more Salah.
Salah wasn't at Chelsea. You cannot say that, Pesa.
He just didn't get the develop as what he should have get.
Yeah.
You know, if him take the road like Declan Rice and go to a team, because remember, you know, when you send a player out on loan, you know, they're not gonna get as much game time because they got clause in their contract. The more game that they play, the more money you have to play the team that won them. So, you know, a man go rather develop his own player than to develop a player that yes. Thank you for that.
Nikai James.
Yeah. But
So
but it's hard for a young player to go out on loan, especially to a foreign country, where, you know, when he come back to his club, it's a different style of football he was playing on loan.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, Chelsea don't keep a coach or a system for the last whenever. You know, so every time that he go on loan and come back, there's a different coach.
Yeah. And that is it. So that is it for me out of that zone. I think England and Iran coming through. You understand me? I think the USA, I don't know if the USA will flop. I just know that the USA best opportunity will be 2026. So maybe they're not going into this World Cup with a lot of big ambitions, and they're going to use this team to kind of prepare for 2026 because they did not look good in qualifying. They didn't look good, and I think they're going to struggle. I think I would not be surprised if they don't win any game in this group.
To be honest, man, they're dependent on Christian Pulisic.
Who's going to score for them though? Pepe.
Christian Pulisic is to me is a scrimmage footballer. I heard all Chelsea fan is creating a whole heap of bag of excitement about the assist. If you watch the game over, he was trying to dribble at the ball and the ball run away from him and go to Kenny Gallagher. He wasn't even trying to pass it. Christian Pulisic don't know when to pass or when to shoot.
Pesa, what are they? People, Pesa just said that USA and Wales coming out of that group. England will come third. Pesa, you have to call it.
You're not far from it, you know.
Call it and explain the one there, Pesa. Be the other side. You have to call me. Call me, Pesa, and explain the one there. No, sir. I am the first person. Fresh God said Josh Sargent going to score the goals. Josh Sargent can't even score the Norwich. A Pookie have to score. So I don't know I'm going to score at the World Cup if you can't score at the championship. I don't know.
I think the problem Yo, there's a problem. There's just this problem, bro. Like,
I think USA have some very good players, you know. All right, Sargent, Pepe, Weston McKinney,
you
other
go shout you out a midfielder. What's his name?
the black guy Musa.
No man, the midfielder Adams.
You have Tyler Adams,
Tyler
right? You
Adams.
have Dest, you have Aaron Smith.
They are very good players now.
Good names.
I'm gonna tell you what go show up in the World Cup. Man is man. I probably not say it. What go be flop and what go be star is coaching. Coaching. Sometimes people say in-game coaching, certain coaching is overrated, but coaching. So Gareth Southgate, if Gareth Southgate I go flop, you know, because it's like I'm gonna tell you what I feel like Gareth Southgate is lacking. I think he's lacking tactically. It's like, to me, he's not a good tactician. And I think that cost him a lot of look at the game with Germany, man is man. When he let go the team and allowed the team to play a certain way, they got the goals, you know. They end up coming back and go 3-2. And if Pope never made the blunder, they would have won that game in the GFC. But it's just, and that was the 6th game that they played that they didn't have a win. And it's the first game that it's the first game in 6 games that they're scoring from open play.
But you have to look on this too, you know, before you move on from England.
Somebody
You know.
just thank you, Nikai James. Even Gio Reyna, a good baller too.
Yeah. If you
Good
notice, you
baller.
know, the England press, you know, alone, you know, already put a massive pressure on the English team, you know. So every tournament, the expectation for England is high. And they overwork to try to fulfill all that expectation that they put on them. So there's a big failure right there. That's why I think Brazil is the favorite for this World Cup, because no one is talking about Brazil this time around, like the last couple years.
What? No.
I'm gonna tell you what will face Brazil fight.
Big up,
I don't
Igate.
think people don't realize this.
Big up, Igate that the comment section.
Since Brazil win the World Cup in 2002, right? Brazil has probably won a tournament. I won a trophy probably every 2 years after that. And I don't think enough people don't factor that in. You know? This is the first World Cup that Brazil is coming in, and they're not defending champions of something.
No, understand. But
No,
this
this is the first tournament that Brazil is coming. This is the first World Cup since they have won it, and they're not defending champions of something. When Brazil came to 2006 World Cup, they were defending champions of Confederation Cup. Then they went on and won the Copa America. They went to 2010 World Cup as the defending Copa America champions, defending Confed champions. They came to 2014 defending Confed champions. So I'm saying to you that this is the first tournament since 2002 that Brazil is not a defending champion of some Copa America or some Confederation Cup or something. Because even when they went to 06 World Cup, they were the defending Copa America and Confederation Cup champions. Then they went to 2010 as Copa America Confederation champions.
Understand that, CC.
Yeah.
But you have to look at it this way, right? You have to look at it this way. No? Everyone is looking for Argentina from South America this time around. No one is looking for Brazil.
Hey, Garvin, me can tell you about this channel here. Brazil, me say, brother, a whole heap of people say Brazil will win.
Brazil, me say to man.
No, but when I say that, we don't get to their zone yet, but a lot of people of Brazil winning. You understand me? But Gunners Boss says the EPL is tougher than the World Cup. Players who made their name in the World Cup never always pen out well in leagues. When World Cup teams have 1 or 2 stars, clubs have 3 and 4 superstars. Is that true, CC?
Listen, I believe that the World Cup,
which is easier to win, the World Cup or the EPL?
And then I would have to put it in a bigger context. I think the EPL is easier to win than the World Cup for certain teams. Because
certain teams. When I put a caveat, I don't think about certain teams. Go ahead.
Meaning that it is a budget, is a budget thing. With the right budget, 8 out of 10 times, where we can put it 9 out of 10 times with a certain amount of budget, you will win the league. For you to win the World Cup, it doesn't come down to budget. So what I'm saying is, for the World Cup, you have to be in the World Cup to win the World Cup. So therefore, your
But you have to be in
qualification.
the EPL to win the EPL. The part that don't really make no sense because you have to be in them.
All right, this is what me I say.
Yeah,
What
go
me I say
ahead.
is,
Yeah.
the World Cup, basically, the World Cup to me starts from your qualifying.
Yeah.
But that's why them call it the World Cup finals. And I think a lot of persons don't realize that the World Cup entire process is from World Cup qualification, and you play those games, and then you go to the World Cup finals. It is much more difficult to navigate all of that and win the World Cup than to win the EPL, because for teams like a Man City, for teams like even a Manchester United, for teams like, because look at it like this, man. And even if you go in a league context, I remember I watched a Barcelona team in Spain with Neymar, Messi, and Suarez. And when him there, Rakitic in the midfield, Xavi in the midfield, and Iniesta. This is the best player in Spain, the second best player in Spain, the second best player from Croatia, the best in Brazil, the best in Uruguay, the best in Argentina. When you go into the keeper is the second best keeper in Germany. Then you go in the back line. Them have the top three in them country. So in this Spain team alone that won the 2015 Champions League, and the Spain team that I saw play and won a couple of that titles, something like management, they are the best. Are by at worst they are the third best player in their nation. When you come to the World Cup and you only have one Neymar, or you only have one Luis Suarez over there, so, and you only have one, when him there, Lionel Messi, you know, have a trade them, you know. Well,
Hold on, CC. Let me just, because people, I get to that qualification argument is garbage. Nikai James says, Leicester City won the EPL, which is suggesting that they had a low budget. All right.
Hold on, the man is.
No, CC, me go make. Hold on, me go make Garvan, but we have Richie. Hold on, man. Everybody will get them time. We want to welcome Sir Richard, because are you here, CC, and him come out there. So when Garvan finish, Sir Richie, you go on next.
Man, bless up, man. No, man,
all right, CC. Remember, all right, look on this, right? From the last 5 years, then the TV rights money that go to all the teams in England. Remember, every local team right now in England can go out and spend $30-40 million on a player. So you have to look on it that way, that the English Premier League is not, for the especially the big TV rights that coming in now. If a team not doing what Chelsea and Arsenal are doing, them going a problem. Just like Liverpool gonna fall. So you cannot really look at it and say, boy, the English league is more.
Garvan, carefully as a Liverpool gonna fall. Which team you support? Because we have to know when you say things.
No, I'm a Chelsea fan. Oh. If you notice the team, Liverpool team like age. Like just like Man U, them go fall big, you know.
Well, look at it like
that is for another day. But the TV rights money that's coming in the next 2 years or so, you know, a whole lot of team gonna have financial. If you know the financial is kind of different now, the wage budget kind of almost there for every team.
No, that no matter, my boss. Them look at team there. First of all, Nottingham Forest can go compete with Newcastle. Newcastle take time and so we them way in.
No, what they're saying, CC, is that the argument about the amount of money spent, because you said initially, you know, that all is a good budget. What they're saying to you is that Nottingham Forest spent the most money this year. Net spend. And guess what? That not going, them probably get relegated. Well, right? No, what I'm saying to you though, CC, while I agree with you that the World Cup is more difficult to win, the argument that you're using is not the best.
No, man, is it the argument is a two argument me have now, but me never want to go to the other argument.
No, but you use the other argument because this money argument not buying.
The money argument.
What I say to you, because there are less superstars and individual teams, it means that to me, it is one because teams, they are better teams with less superstars. Because when you look at the World Cup, you can't look at say, you know that it's after the World Cup sometimes we look and say, yo, the man there was a star now. You have the Hernandez brothers in France, for example. When they played for France, we weren't saying that they were stars going into the World Cup.
Was Hernandez?
Yeah, the Hernandez brother, right? You know, they're playing Germany, I believe. A lot of times that happens in the World Cup. While in club football, players are stars who come to the teams that generally win. Most times when when a team win like EPL or Syria.
Manins, just look into this.
Yeah, go
If
ahead.
you're coming, imagine you're coming to the World Cup. And you say, John Star, we need 4 brand new defender. And you just go some woman go buy 4 brand new defender. Some of the toppest defender. You understand? Some Cancelo, some Diaz, and some John Stones, and some Kyle Walker. Throw in your back line and say, all right, next season.
Yeah, but CC, but Paris, don't Paris have 3 of the best? Probably.
No, but then all this no me I say no man is man.
Go ahead.
Me I say to you say, imagine you you finish the league behind the winner. You finish what 17 points behind the winner.
Yeah.
You lose the World Cup then. And you look at the same more 4 new defender. Remember, you know, you just go buy and you end up go buy 4 of the best defender. Your opportunity for win the league increase with them defender we bring in. Nottingham Forest spending a bag of money doesn't make sense because Nottingham Forest bought 21 players. They bought 21 players. Something the City bought Erling Haaland, which is what 60-something million, and then buy Julian Alvarez, and then buy the other youth there right back. 3 players they bought. They didn't have to spend 179 million. When the Nunes was over there, so for 80 million. So it's not like Nottingham Forest going to get the best player. Nottingham Forest can't get the best player, the second best player, the third best, fourth best, fifth best, sixth best, seventh best, ninth best.
So it is not the budget. It's not the budget that you have. It's the players that you're able to attract.
So I'm saying it's the budget that you have and the players that you can attract to your club in combination. Because you have the budget to outmuscle any other team in the market, and then you have the team that the players that would want to come and play in the Champions League and those things. So the teams that play in the Champions League consistently are the teams that normally you'd say, oh, would have challenge for the title, and the teams that players would want to come. For the World Cup though, the World Cup difficulty level is like 4 years. For example, the English Premier League, Man City has won 4 out of the last 5 English Premier League titles.
But Manchester United has spent more money than them.
Yeah, Juventus has won 9 of the last 10 in Spain, in France, in Italy. When they win 10 out of 10 of the last 10 over there in a Bundesliga. Bayern Munich. When you come on to the World Cup, Brazil won it. Outside of Brazil, there has never been a repeat personnel in the final, in a back-to-back final. Brazil went to final 94, 98, 2002. Italy went to the final with Brazil 94. When him the since 94 right there so. France went 98. 2002 it was Germany. 2006 it was Italy and France. 2010 you had Spain and Netherlands. 2014 Argentina and Germany. 2018 you have France and Croatia. So between 94 and 2018, there has been outside of Brazil, the next personnel hasn't repeated into the final of the next World Cup. We say, yo, they're going to win a back-to-back World Cup. So it's like, to me, when you look at the difficulty level of the World Cup, the fact that it is a 4-year event, and you might have Neymar 4 years ago, but Neymar 4 years ago is not the same Neymar 4 years later on, which is 8, it's an 8-year span, versus the league where you have played this year, next year, the other year. In a 4-year span, you can probably win 2 league titles, you'll probably win one
the
league
World
title.
Cup. The bottom line is
the World Cup is much more difficult because you can't buy the best player. Your best player might not be at the next World Cup. Your best player at this World Cup might not be at the next World Cup. While your club level, your best player this year, you might still have him next year.
So does that apply to Champions League? The team that have the best players win the Champions League? Or that's different? Because it's not a league competition.
Well, if the teams that with the best player... No, but remember that there are several teams that can compete with the budget in terms of, you're saying, Champions League, you know. But chances are the teams that... the certain teams that you see will do well in the Champions League recently. They are even the dominant team in their respective leagues. The teams that you see rocking what that do well. Not normally.
One second. So riches and royalty sports. Yeah, man, but you can come back on and just make your point if you want, because I know we had a point to make. So once you come on, we make it we make a point. All right. So yeah. But finish up CC and then we hear a governor.
Yeah, man, but I'm saying that the winning the World Cup winning the World Cup is much more difficult because of the 4-year gap. The 4-year gap is a difficult thing because most football players, management, outside of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi.
Because James, so that means Jamaica have a chance then to win the World Cup.
By virtue of what?
No, man, he means the World Cup and netball.
Oh, yeah, but by virtue of this, management, the World Cup, if you look into players, right? If you look at certain players' career, there's not a lot of players that has been spectacular for 10 years. So it's like if you say 8-year stretch, you can't really find a whole host of players are at the top of their game for an 8-year stretch, which an 8-year stretch comprises of 2 World Cup. So it's like for me, in an 8-year stretch, you will look at a player and say, oh, him look good in the league and all these things. But by the time he reach the next World Cup, 6-year all-time career, him look very good. By the time him go to the next World Cup, he's not as good as before. I remember the same thing happened with Brazil where, look at Ronaldinho play 98, play 06, he never came 2010. So it's like, if Neymar probably come this World Cup and he might not make the team for coming next World Cup, depending on how his form is, and it's going to be 34. So it's very rare that you find a lot of players at certain age, especially attacking-wise players, and they're still starring at a certain level. It's not like Lionel Messi and you see Cristiano Ronaldo do it to a level. So the World Cup to me is more difficult because you can't buy what you need. You can't buy the parts that you require to win it.
Okay.
Whilst you can buy the parts you require.
Garvan, let's hear what Garvan,
I listen to CC and well said, and I'm going to agree with you. Because right now, Messi and Ronaldo will give away all their Champions League trophies and medals right now just to win a World Cup. So I'm going to agree with you right there on that one. But just remember, so the next couple of years from now, the English Premier League going to be in the top 10. Remember, it's moving from the top 4 to the top 6 now. So if you notice that we got more team right now fighting to go in the Champions League right now in the English Premier League than ever. Because remember, they used to say the top 4. They also have the big 4. Now it's the big 6. Now it's going to go to the big 8 and probably the big 10. So you win that back, CC. I take my hats off to you and give you all that one.
I'm going to have a 4-year culture. They want to easy. But look into it, man. Lionel Messi has won what? 10 league titles? Probably 11. Because you think he win La Liga 10 times? He win La Liga 10 times. And he won the Liga on last season. So he have 11 league titles. And he has 4 Champions League medals. When him the Daniel Alves have the most trophy in the world. I think Daniel Alves have 49 trophy. You know what Daniel Alves don't have?
I think 50.
Yeah, 50. And what Daniel Alves don't have a World Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo has won the Champions
League. All right, so CC, listen to this. 2018 to 2022 is 4 years, but that is 2 World Cup, don't it?
Yeah, 2 World Cup.
So that's what they're saying to you.
So that's what I say. If it's 3 World Cup, then I stand corrected. They can play 3 World Cup in 8 years.
No, it could be 3. With 3.
2018 to 2022, and then if you play 2026.
Oh, okay. All right, but this is why sometimes you have to be careful because your original argument, which I don't agree with, is that the qualification is the World Cup as well.
No, I wouldn't say it is. All right, but just say, man, the qualification process is factored into my difficulty level of the World Cup.
Okay, that's what I mean. All right. Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham have good teams. The last 20 and 1 EPL titles between them.
So what are you not trying to say with them, man?
And then Jason Guna is saying that yes, you can play 3 in 8 years and 4.
Hold on. Nikai James, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manins. If it be the man for that comment, then the Manins man. They say in the last 20 years and have 1 title. Also,
yeah, if you understand what I'm saying,
remember,
trophy in 30 years.
Manins man, you win the league title 2 times in the last 20 years, no Manins man.
Are you and him have a conversation, you know?
No, but he must say, but a 3 title, you know, because you win it twice. I'm sure of that. The Invincible year and one, and the other one can win it back to back. But you don't win it twice. And then Liverpool win it once.
20 years ago, 2002.
Yes, I want to win it 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
So unless I won. Because I think we don't win it before.
No.
We win it 02, 03. And I think
Check
we
it
don't win
again,
it.
man. Chelsea win
03,
it.
04.
Chelsea win your 3, man.
No, man. Chelsea don't
When
win it.
Roman Abramovich coming.
No, my boss. No. Claudio Ranieri, that coach side them time. We don't win it. And Jose Mourinho can win it. And that's a 2005. Something there. But me know man is me know
yeah, man, we want yeah, man, you're right. We won it 2 times in the last 20. If he say 18 years now, he would get it. But he said 20, that true him out still.
And I think Liverpool win it once. Yeah. But separate and apart from that, it's not like Arsenal has been selling their best player in the last 20 years. Every year Arsenal sell their best player. They sell Fabregas, them sell Robin van Persie, them sell Thierry Henry, them sell. If you look, you know, Arsenal has been selling their best player since post 2006 Champions League final. Every year one of the best player from Arsenal left. And it's a fact. Because
yeah, but while we are selling players, we're not selling no coach them.
No, but Manins, if you look at it like Man City and Chelsea has reaped the benefits of Arsenal.
Yeah. But Ishmael said it still. Ishmael kind of said the World Cup is harder to win because of its setup and only 4 teams can win the World Cup in its present construct. Only 4 teams can win it.
No,
in its present construct. How you come back at Ishmael? I don't know
because 1998 them start at 32. But this is the last World Cup.
All right, tell me the team like outside of the regular teams that have won the World Cup. Like, is the same set of teams win the World Cup, you know?
Not necessarily. Remember, Spain never win it, so Spain was a first-time winner.
Yeah, Spain. But yeah.
Remember that France became a first-time winner in 98.
That's 98, yeah.
And then Spain became a first-time winner 2010.
Yeah.
So you had 2 new winners in the third since it became, and people notice this, when it was 24 teams, it's the same winners them that circulate. Brazil, Germany, England win it once, you'd have Brazil, Germany, Italy. So it was between those guys.
No, remember Uruguay, Uruguay was the first team to win 2 World Cup back-to-back, you know.
Yeah.
The first team to ever win a World Cup was
and
Uruguay.
Argentina did win too. Argentina won twice as well. But I think when they switch it to 32, 98 was the first tournament, they had 32 teams. So when they switch it to 32 teams now, France won that first World Cup, the first 32-team World Cup. And then Brazil won the next one. And then Italy won another one. And then Spain won their first tournament. So you had two brand new winners.
Then and Germany won?
Yeah, then Germany won and then France won another one. So
yeah.
France took 2 of the 32-team World Cup. France have taken 2 titles. And this is the last World Cup with 32 teams. So let's see how it go. 94 was the last World Cup with 24 teams. Brazil won. This is the last World Cup with 32 teams. So I don't know, because the next World Cup is 48 teams.
Oh, so what? Yeah. What Ishmael is saying that the World Cup winner normally come from Brazil, France, Argentina, or Germany. But you could throw Spain in there. Listen, Italy normally perform a World Cup, you know.
Yeah, but they're not there.
But they're not in the World Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, back-to-back World Cup, they don't come now. But I'm going to say Germany, Brazil, France, Argentina. But they can have a shock. They can have a shock and a new team come. And is Ishmael, you're saying this in modern time. Remember, until 98, France never win the World Cup. Until 98, you know, France never win the World Cup. You know. This is the 22nd edition of the World Cup, right? And if you look at 98, that is that. 98, 06, 2010, 14, 18. That would have been 5. And this will make 6. So if you look into it, 6 out of that would be up until the 17th edition. France never win the World Cup. So it took France 16 World Cups to win 1. So for you to just throw in a name and say, them man can win it.
It's Jamaica time to qualify for the World Cup. I don't know about winning the World Cup in 2060. Yeah, you know, have more faith than me still. But
you know, some management look into it. Like football is a cruel sport, you know. 98 was Croatia's first World Cup. And Croatia made the World Cup final in 2018.
And Japan. as well.
And Japan. But Croatia made the World Cup final in 2018. So between 98 and 2018, in a 20-year span, Croatia is in like 06, 02,
Yeah,
06,
but
2010,
Croatia had a youth team that did very well after that World Cup as well in the Euros. I think they won one of those or got to finals in a couple of times, you know. So,
but we had a youth team that was
yeah, but that's what I'm saying, that our teams never transitioned. You remember I said even the Pogba France team, France had a good youth program that ended up coming and winning the World Cup recently, you know, from out of that same grouping, you know. You understand? At the same time,
I think if you look into it, because even the Germany team, you had that Germany under 19 team with Tony Kroos and Ozil, Mesut Ozil and Sami Khedira and Jerome Boateng and all those guys. I think if you look into that side, that was the team that came and supplemented Germany to win the World Cup.
But CC,
yeah,
CC, we have to remember, you know, when Croatia go to the first World Cup, you know, remember Croatia used to have their players used to play for I think it was Yugoslavia. Most of Croatia, remember they used to have that Yugoslavia team that the Alabala from Slovenia, Croatia,
and then we have Davor Šuka.
Yeah, they formed one system. So Croatia was a team that was already there. You know, all of them, most of them players did used to the international scene. It's just when them get their independent, them kind of slide away because most of the players used to play in a World Cup. But them just when them Yugoslavia, I think.
Yeah, that is true. All right. I don't know if you guys have anything to add. You know, we have around 9 minutes to close the show, 2 hours and a half. Because, you know, tomorrow we're going to go through Group C. Yeah, that is the next World Cup group we'll be going through to look at Group C. To see.
No, but everyone has said Croatia golden generation in 98. All I'm trying to say is this. At the first World Cup, the man them go 98, and the man them reach at the World Cup final 2018. That is a spectacular achievement.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't go around it.
For the For the Argentinian fans, listen, you need to come on tomorrow because we're going to talk about that group with Argentina. Because that group with Argentina is a very interesting group because the Saudi Arabians are paying their players, I think, 30,000 US each to beat Argentina.
But this sounds like the last World Cup when they came, man. And that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
You remember that World Cup when Saudi Arabia came and I think they drew a game and they gave them some one heap of money and one bag of thing. You remember that World Cup there? They drew, I think they were just qualifying for the World Cup.
But if I'm not lying, you know, they were in the same group with Argentina, Nigeria.
I think it was 1990.
I think it was the World Cup that 2000 World Cup that keep in South Africa.
2010?
South Africa was 2010?
South Africa
was 2002, I think.
No, bro. South Africa was 2010. South Korea, Japan was 2010.
Yeah. When Brazil win, 2010, yeah.
So 2010 was South Africa, man. 2006 was Germany, Brazil 2014, and 2018 was the Russian World Cup. But, I mean, hey, life is fun. 2020, listen to what I say. Anybody can argue. See, Brazil, the only continent Brazil has not won the World Cup is Africa. It's unfortunate, and we're going to get the next crack at it. But this group, as we lined out, the possibility, this group is going to be a rough group still because Iran is a team that sits behind the ball. So if you don't have like a James Madison to me to try and unlock that defense or try to take some shots outside the box, and I don't see why you can't James Ward-Prowse and you not can James Madison. You can't drop James Ward-Prowse and bring Madison because Madison can take a free kick. And that's the other thing I think Ward-Prowse you probably have over James Madison. So I think that is a downfall on England's part. If they don't bring Madison, they will not reach far in this World Cup. I think Wales' team is a very good team, but it is a young team, separate and apart from a Gareth Bale and a Aaron Ramsey. So I think their tournament experience is kind of young because it's not necessarily that. I think this is probably their first. They haven't qualified for World Cup from the Giggs era and all these things. So I think to me, they're just happy to get to the World Cup, and it's a big achievement with them. The USA team was disappointing in not qualifying for the previous World Cup, which is 2018, which to me probably is political, but I leave that as it may. So 2018, they never qualified, so they need a good showing in this World Cup, right? So I think I'm going to edge my bet against the USA coming second and England finishing first. So England to win the group, which is a struggle, and USA coming in a strong second in the battle in that group.
All right, Garvin, what you want to say in closing?
Yeah, as what CC said, it's between England and US, but for me, it's gonna take a couple injuries for England to really advance in the World Cup, because they're gonna look to carry 3 right back, and as him said, James Madison needs to be in the squad, so you're gonna take probably either that guy from Manchester City, the right back, Kyle Walker, or the one from Newcastle, one or the other.
Kyle Walker out, boss. Kyle Walker out. Sorry to disturb.
Kyle
Walker do surgery. Same out.
Okay, well, England maybe stand a chance because them gonna have to bring probably James Madison. So therefore, England top the group and the USA second.
All right. So there you go, people. That is our look at Group B. Tomorrow we look at Group C: Argentina, Saudi Arabia. We look at Poland with Lewandowski, and we look at Mexico, the next CONCACAF team. In this group, we'll discuss the great Lionel Messi. Will he be able to take the World Cup? This in his final World Cup. This could be he had already retired and he came back. Will he retire this time? And will he come back? We will see. All right. I want to thank Garvan at Garvan FC. Think he has a channel over there. You need to check it out. Garvan FC, GFC. So you can check it out and show him some love. Big up to CC, the man who have Razor advertising and all kind of deodorant. CC, brain drain and pine action spot everything on your dresser, brother. So you have to make sure so you drop a big curtain behind you. You understand me? Big up to all the persons in the comment section. Really appreciate you coming on one and all and supporting I Am Sure Sports. At this present time, people, let me just give you the stuff. They are 50 likes, right? And we are close to 500. We are close to 500 views. So before you go, if you have not yet, hit the like button. You understand me? Let's get it to as close to 100 as possible tonight. So by tomorrow, it should pass that. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. Again, I want to say a big thank you. Normally, when we get to this place, we say we are over. I get big up, say Wales and England leaving the group. We are over. And we are OUT. Out for sure.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New heard this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocherase, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha! Yeah, someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.